It is a rainy Tuesday at Kent State. The gentle rumble of 4 charter buses fills the air in anticipation of KSU's first road trip out of 7 in 2012. Head coach Darrell Hazel leaves no detail unaddressed.
We'll leave here at 1 o'clock, sometime right after the team meeting. We're going to stop pretty quickly. The only rest stop between here and Buffalo is just as we cross the Pennsylvania border. We've got to be relentless. It doesn't matter what the situation is in the game either. Whether we're striking a little bit, whether we're doing well, we just got to keep hammering, keep coming, and keep coming, and keep coming.
Getting an NCAA football team on the road is no simple task. It takes planning and preparation. Just ask first-year Director of Operations, Tommy Cook.
Well, I mean, the big bulk and majority of the work is done before you even leave Kent. And then it's just making sure you've had great communication with the people along the way. So, you know, you're putting a lot of faith and hope into them that they're going to run things as smoothly as they can on their side. When you take people on certain trips and they have certain food allergies or they have certain food preferences, they don't eat red meat, pork, fish, you know, things of any of that nature. They don't eat certain greens, they don't eat this. So there's a lot of little intricacies that go into even the smallest minute meal that you may have. There's always unforeseen risks in travel and trying to plan out the proper times of you hitting a rest stop to let the guys get off the bus to rest for a little bit. And there's a bunch of stuff that come into play, especially for the student athletes on their side of it. Anything off the football field, whether it's, hey Tommy, where's a good place for me to go buy a suit? I need to get a suit. How can I get this taken care of? How can I do that? You know, they're having trouble in classes. They're having trouble in schools. You know, I work with our academics people and our compliance people hand in hand, you know, to try to make sure our guys have the best experience possible that they can while they're here at Kent.
This daunting task is not one Cook can accomplish alone. That's where assistant Zack Tilves comes in. One of his roles is
making sure everything on a time basis is right on point. 5 minutes one way or the other can throw everything off. For example, our trip with Buffalo, we had to make sure all of the buses arrived on time, make sure everybody's on the buses so we can leave at a specific time, what time we're actually going to be stopping, make sure we're getting to the stadium on time for our walkthroughs, coordinating everything with the hotels, with meals and snacks, just pretty much making sure everything runs smoothly. Everything that we need to get done is we have a tight window to get it done in. Everything from contacting the hotels with rooming lists, organization of the buses, who's going to be on what bus. We may not get the travel roster done until Thursday afternoon, and we need the travel roster posted Thursday as soon as practice ends. People don't realize all of our guys, they eat meals after the game. Me and Tommy head in the third quarter, end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, and we will lay out all the meals for all the players in each one of their lockers. So we actually don't get to see most of the fourth quarter, which, I mean, it's kind of hard because you get to see the first 3 quarters, and if it's a tight game, you want to be out there and be a part of it. But you have to realize that our job, we don't get to witness all that stuff. And he always uses the expression hitting our marks. But the thing is, with Coach Hazel, hitting our mark is actually 5 or 10 minutes early. If you are not 5 or 10 minutes early, you're officially late. And normally we're never running late. Coach Hazel sometimes is a little antsy getting rolling.
For fifth-year senior Joshua Klein, any road trip is about one key element.
Preparation from an academic standpoint, because we're also students as well as athletes. We have to get everything done, usually before Friday, because that's when we usually leave on our long trips. So everyone tries to get all their work in of the week done before the weekend, because you'll have no time on the trip because you'll have meetings all day Friday, and then you'll just sleep and go over your playbooks, and then you play on Saturdays. You just got to focus on your job. Sometimes the opposing locker rooms are a little cramped. You have to just stay in yourself as a mentality.
KSU's October trip to the U.S. Military Academy provides a different kind of experience.
The trip to Army was different than other trips because it's also a historical monument, the campus. So what we did is we rode in, we picked up cadets that gave us a brief hour-and-a-half tour of the campus, all the surrounding areas. And it was just out of respect for all the cadets that have passed through there over the years. And it was a great chance to just look at the history of the United States Military Academy.
And as much planning as Cook and Tilves can do, the on-field performance is out of their hands. And when the Flashes clinch victories in Buffalo, Ypsilanti, and West Point, the road trip can finally be deemed an overwhelming success.